Hi there, beautiful people. Today I'll be discussing two fragrances from the house of Parfums de Marley. I have with me PDM Layton and PDM Sedley. So today I'll be describing one fragrance after another. Let me start with PDM Layton. So I have the sample with me, not the full bottle. So really sorry for that. But I'll be reviewing the fragrance because I've been tasting the sample for the last few days. And so PDM Layton, let me spray this here. I have the dry down on my other hand, right here. So PDM Layton. This one contains, let me read out the notes to you. This one contains apple, lavender, bergamot, mandarin orange right at the top. Then the mid contains geranium, violet, jasmine, vanilla, cardamom, sandalwood, pepper, whitewood, and patchouli. So these are the notes. Now, what do I detect? This fragrance, PDM Layton, is a sophisticated fragrance, a fragrance that feels like an all year round fragrance, at least from what I'm getting from the smell. I've tested the main bottle as well, and the sample is just exactly the same. So, this one, to my nose, is a wonderful fragrance. I get this beautiful citrusy blast in the opening. Yes, there is citrusy freshness. There is slight hint of peppery vibe as well. So citrusy, warm, spicy, fresh kind of opening. And this one, the dry down, when this one dries down, the dry down becomes slightly floral. I get this white floral and rose like tint in this fragrance. So I'm also getting this lavender like vibe. So there is floral in the mid phase. You'll get this freshness in the opening, fresh, sweet, fruity. I'm getting this fruity opening as well, fruity, fresh. In the mid phase, this one becomes floral. In the dry down, in the fur dry down, this one becomes vanilla prominent. This one becomes slightly balsamic. There is a woody tone, lovely fragrance. I'm getting the aromatic vibe as well in this fragrance. So the dry down is aromatic, vanilla dominant, creamy. There is sandalwood type of feel, the creaminess. So overall, a very nice fragrance, creamy with dry down with this aromatic type of feel in this fragrance. Overall, a nice fragrance, smells really classy, PDM, Layton. Now let me tell you, there is a clone as well from Al Haramain, Detour Noir. That one is a good clone. You can check out my review. I have reviewed the fragrance. So PDM Layton is a nice fragrance. I'm liking it. This one, performance-wise on my skin, this one performs for 5-6 hours easily. And on my clothing, this one gets up to 8 to 10 hours. Really good performer on my skin. I don't mind 5-6 hours on my skin. So PDM Layton, very nice fragrance. The sillage is very nice of this fragrance. So this one actually projects quite nicely. 1 hour, 1.5 hour to 2 hour of solid projection. A room filler type of fragrance, PDM Layton. This one is an old batch, and I'm lucky to have this sample with me. A beautiful performer, sophisticated, classy fragrance, and pricing is a little high. Yes, you'll get this fragrance within $210 to $226. That will be 25,000 to 27,000 taka in Bangladesh. But the quality is nice. Recent batches might have some issues, but if you get an old batch, you should get your hands on PDM Layton. Really nice fragrance. So performance nice. This is a sophisticated fragrance, all year round fragrance. To me, this one feels like all year round, summer, winter, each and every season you can use this. Very inoffensive, high class, posh smelling fragrance. You can use this in your office, in your date nights, in your formal outings, casual outings. This is a wonderful fragrance, PDM Layton. So let me move on to the next one. The next one is PDM Sedley. So I have the sample. Let me spray this here. I have the dry down on my clothing here. Yep, PDM Sedley. Sedley The smell, let me describe the notes first. This one is also similar in terms of pricing. The pricing will be $210 to $225, more or less. So in Bangladesh, the pricing will be 25,000 to 27,000 taka. So a little bit high, but is it worthy? Let me describe the smell with you. First, let me describe the notes. This one contains lemon, mint, bergamot, grapefruit, and mandarin orange right at the top. And the mid contains lavender, geranium, rosemary, olibanum right at the mid face. And the base contains sandalwood, ambroxan, vetiver, cashmeran, patchouli, and cedar. So these are the notes. Now the dry down. Not the dry down, the smell. PDM Sedley is a wonderful fragrance. Yep, this is a nice fragrance. Do I like it more than PDM Layton? Mm, this is a nice fragrance on its own. PDM Sedley, this to describe you the smell, this one is fresh up top, fresh, citrusy, slight hint of fruity smelling, sweetness is there as well. This one is nice. This one is nice. In the dry down, you're gonna get this floral vibe, the rosy tint. There is this lavender vibe. There is white floral, yes, and in the dry down, you're getting this floral tone. The sweet citrusy vibe from the top carries on till the mid, and this one dries down. The dry down on my skin and even on my clothing, the fur dry down is woody. The dry down is musky. Sedley, to me, is a musky fragrance in the dry down. Musky, woody. There is slight hint of creaminess as well. There is hint of earthy vibe in this fragrance, Sedley. But this one starts up fresh, becomes slightly floral, and then the main dominant character is the muskiness. So you're gonna get this minty, you're gonna get this citrusy freshness. Also, you're gonna get this woody, musky tone in the dry down. So yeah, Sedley, a nice fragrance on its own. Do I like it more than PDM Layton? I'm gonna say out of these two, I like the Layton more, and then Sedley. So Sedley, performance-wise, is a good performer. I get 5 hours on my skin easily, on my clothing, 7 to 8 hours, projection of 1.5 hour to 2 hour of solid projection. Good performer. Now to describe you the occasion-wise, Sedley to me feels like an all-year-round fragrance. Both these fragrances are all-year-round fragrance. I feel like you can use both these fragrances whenever you want, however you want. So office, casual outings, formal outings, date nights, each and everywhere this will work. Summer, winter, autumn, fall, late fall, each and every season this will work. Sedley is a wonderful fragrance, but this will work really well, mostly in summer days, but you can also use this all year round, no problem. So overall, Sedley is a nice fragrance. Performance, I talked about the performance. Pricing is similar to the Layton. You'll get this fragrance within $25 to, 25,000 taka to 27,000 taka. That will be 25 $210 to $225 roughly. So there goes the pricing. Now I talked about both these fragrances and I even discussed which one is my favorite amongst these two, Sedley or Layton. I am gonna go for Layton and then Sedley. So there goes my review for today. If you have used these fragrances, do let me know how you like it. I like both these fragrances, but I like the Layton more. The Layton feels like I feel more connected to Layton. So Layton is a nice fragrance, a bit expensive, but you can get the clone as well if you are on a budget. You can get the Haramain Detour Noir fragrance. I have the Detour Noir review on my channel. I'll be dropping the link in the description section as well. So both these fragrances are wonderful. You can get whatever you want, whatever you like. It's just Sedley is a little bit minty, a little bit fresher. I get a little bit denser feeling in the Layton. That's why I like it more. So today I talked about Sedley and Layton. I hope you guys like my video, and if you find my videos useful, do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time with another fragrance review. Till then, take care everyone. Peace.